Hello and welcome to this presentation for the class of Personal Finance. My name is Laurent Dagenais, and today I'm going to talk about an article I read recently. It is called 5 Myths of Personal Finance You Probably Still Believe. This article was first published in 2017 and was written by Robert R. Brown, a personal finance speaker and a best-selling author of Wealthing Like Rabbits. The book he published is a sort of an introduction to personal finance and was very well received for using pop culture to make money fun and relatable. For this article, it starts with Mr. Brown talking about how he likes the show Mythbusters and how they try to crack every myth there is. Since he's a fan, there's also multiple myths in the world of personal finance. Robert R. Brown wants to help us clarify 5 of them. So let's start with the first myth. Number 1. Personal finance is only for people who already have money. This myth comes from this idea that we have when we hear the word finance. We think of big banks, Wall Street with the stock market. That can be scary for most. Actually, Mr. Brown mentioned finance is closer to the life of an individual. It's about our own circumstance and managing our action. It's not about the big finance people, it's about yourself now and for the future. During this class, we discuss a lot about how our action impacts our personal finance. Doing the budget assignment was also a way of debunking this myth, meaning every individual manage their own finance in sort of way. Now moving on with the second myth. You need to be a math genius to be good at personal finance. Now this is kind of funny. You don't need to be a human calculator to have a good personal finance. It is possible to be a math scientist and still have poor finance. And the opposite is the same thing. There's a multitude of online calculators to help through the contribution amounts and varying rates of return. You don't need to know every little details about finance to get through it. We actually looked at some of those calculators in class. The main point for Mr. Brown is simply to save some money, to invest somewhere you're happy with. For that, Number 3, the third myth. Personal finance is mainly about investing. For the author, this is the most persistent misconception there is in finance. Personal finance is about devising a budget or trying to spend less on some items. It's about trying to live comfortably within your means. The investing part is only a small one for the beginning when you start your personal finance. It's only later that the investments get a bigger role as you have more money to invest. We took time in class to simply look at some money put away for a long time and how big it can grow given some time. And all that without a person really wondering what to invest in. For the fourth myth, number 4, you need to understand all the lingo and acronyms in personal finance. Now, it's true that it's important to know some of the basic terms, but you don't have to understand every little thing like a broker on Wall Street. Robert Brown mentioned that the contrary is actually good, meaning that the most effective financial plans are often the simplest one. Now for the 5 and last myth, number 5. Getting my personal finance under control can wait. Now for a change. Robert Brown actually agrees with this one, which is actually a sweeter way to finish the article. He's saying that since we're gonna be worrying so much about our personal finance our whole life, while we're still young, we can still have fun. This is kind of funny. But for me, actually, I think with what we have seen in class, it is safe to say that the sooner you save your money to put it somewhere it can grow, the better it is. It's incredible to see what a yearly saving of a couple $1,000 a year can make during 25 to 30 years. Time can be the biggest difference in someone's finance. So to conclude, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Remember that the 5 myths of personal finance are the personal finance is only for people who already have money. It's not true. In fact, it's all of us. And number 2, you need to be a mad genius to have good finance. Again, simply try to save a few bucks from time to time can make a difference. No need to be Einstein here. 3, personal finance is about investing only. It's not. It's about our way of living. 4, you need to understand all the words of finance. No, sometimes the simplest can be the best, although it's good to have a basic background, which this class helped. And finally 5, it can wait. Actually, it's your choice if you want to wait, like Mr. Brown said. But it never hurts someone to save some money early. Thank you so much for listening to me and for taking your time, and have a great day.